So in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about submodule and some problems that you are going to face when you are working with a submodule. So let's say when you clone the central repository into your local, so using this git clone recurse submodule command. So the moment when it clones your central repository and it also fetch all the data from the submodule. But the problem is when you change the directory to lib1, you see that it's checking out the commit instead of the branch. Okay, so if you do git log, it means that your head is right now pointing towards the commit instead of the master branch. So it means that when you make a commit which is on top of this initial commit, your commit that you make is not going to be tracked by branch. Okay, so after that, the problem is when you try to update this local repository with the upstream changes, the commit that you make locally, which is on top of this initial commit, will be gone. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you an example and I'm going to create something. I'm going to call it lib1 test.txt. So in this lib1 test.txt, I'm going to say first, and then I'm going to add it to the staging area and then commit it. Let us do git log. So you can see right now your head is pointing towards this commit. Okay, and so let's say someone has made some changes in this library1 repository and I'm going to create a new file here. So let's say let's give it a different name and I say 1. So right now, let's say in your local repository, before moving further and make any further commit, you want to pull the upstream changes into your local first. Okay, so what you can do is that you can use this command git submodule update -- remote and then lib1. Okay, so this you update your lib1 submodule local repository with the upstream changes. Okay, so I'm going to update it. So right now you have your library1 submodule having the changes from the remote repository. Okay, so right now I'm going to change to a library1. So right now if you do a git log, you can see that you have the changes from the remote repository 1 and the initial commit. Okay, and the commit that you have made just now, which is on top of the initial commit, remember the message is first, right? So let us right now go to, and you can see that right now, the commit that you have made just now, which is on top of the initial commit first, is right now gone. Because the moment when you make the commit is not being tracked by the branch. Okay, it's not being tracked by your master branch. And right now, you cannot find it anymore. Okay, so this is a problem when you are making the commit when your head is in a detached head state. Okay, and when you update your local repository, your changes is gone. Alright, so right now, I'm going to show you the proper way of making a commit. So I'm going to reset back the library1 submodule using the git submodule update. So the difference between the git submodule update and git submodule update -- remote is that git submodule update, it will reset the submodule back towards the commit that the central repository is actually tracking. So right now, if I do git submodule update, you will see if you change to a library1 and if you do git log, you can see that you only have the initial commit. Okay, instead of this library1 is tracking the changes from its own remote repository, it's actually getting the commit which is from the central repository. So this is the difference between git submodule update and git submodule update remote. Just now we use a git submodule update remote, right? It's taking the changes from its own repository. Okay, so right now let's say I'm going to check out the master branch first and clear it. So right now, if I do git log, I have my master branch which is tracking the commit that I've made. I'm going to make a commit again. I'm going to name it lib1 test.txt. So first, after that, I'm going to add it to the staging area and then commit. Okay, so right now you have your commit, which is on top of initial commit and is being tracked by the master branch. So this is a proper way of making a commit. So you have to check out the branch first and then make a commit. Okay, so right now I'm going to change back to central repository. So I'm going to do an update remote. Okay, so right now, if we change to the library one, and if you do git log, also, you check out this commit, which is pointing by the origin master, because you do the command update remote. But let's say if you do a git k all, okay, you will see that the commit that you have made right first, which is on top of initial commit, right now is still here. Okay, it's not gone because it's being tracked by the master branch. And what you can do is that you can check out the master branch first and then do a rebase. Okay, git rebase origin / master. So it means that you are going to change the base of your master and then place your commit on top of origin master. Okay, so let's do it. All right. So if you do a git log right now, you see the commit first right now is on top of the origin master, which is the changes that you fetch from the upstream. All right. So this is how you do it. So I'm going to push this to the remote repository first. Okay. So if you do a git log right now and everything is in sync. So right now I'm going to show you another example. So let's see in your library one. So right now I'm going to make some changes again in the library1.txt, in lib1.txt. So 2, okay. And then right now, so let's say if we make some changes in lib1 test.txt, and so I make some changes in a different file to avoid a merge conflict. So I'm going to add it into the staging area and then commit it. Okay. So if you do git log right now, you see you have a commit which is on top of the origin master. So this time, when we fetch the changes from the remote repository and then do rebase manually, I'm going to use this command, okay? Git submodule update remote with a rebase option. Okay, so this command, if you fetch the changes from the submodule remote repository, and then it will rebase the commit that you have made locally on top of the commit which comes from the origin master. Okay, because just now you have seen that we didn't put a rebase option, right? Git will just update the submodule to whatever is on the remote repository, and then it doesn't do the rebase, it doesn't do the merge, and then you will be in the detached head state. And then right now, so let's say we go to the central repository, and then this time I'm going to do this one. So I will update the library one submodule using this command. Okay, so right now, not only this command, it fetch the changes from the remote repository, it also rebase your local changes on top of the remote changes. So right now, let's change to library one and let us do git log -3. And you can see the changes to which comes from the remote repository library one is applying on top of this one, and then also the changes that you make it locally second is placed and rebased on top of this commit. Okay, so this is some of the problems that you face when you are working with a submodule. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this tutorial.